Hello, this is Bill Steffen. We got a big weekend ahead of us here, and as we get past the weekend, the coolest air since last May is going to be descending upon West Michigan. I think temperatures here Monday and Tuesday may only be in the 60s here during the afternoon. Well, a quick hi to our Ottawa News Network viewers. Thanks so much for coming on board today. Guess where I am? I am up on Mackinac Island at the current time, and I got a picture of me and my dear wife, and we are looking off to the east right here. That is the Iroquois Hotel. We are not staying there, but if you look in the background there, you can see a little flag in the distance that's showing a little bit of a light northeast wind. We've got some mid-level clouds there. Alto stratus and alto cumulus are our two mid-level cloud types, delineated by Luke Howard many years ago. And again, it's really been a pleasant day today. Temperature up on Mackinac Island here reached the mid-70s during the afternoon. Light wind coming off the water, good visibility, really a great day to be on vacation up here. All right, let's move on and talk weather a little bit. There's where the severe weather is going to be today. And the first thing to note is a rather large marginal area from eastern Wyoming and northeast Colorado. Covers all of Nebraska, northwest Iowa, northwest Wisconsin, and the UP and Lake Superior. That's for isolated wind damage with some very scattered thunderstorms in the area. And one more thing to note, look at the marginal area that's down between California and Arizona. Boy, you don't see that too often. You know, Yuma, Arizona down there only averages about 2.5 inches of rain over the entire year. And most of that comes during the winter time. So kind of unusual to see that, but they may see some thunder showers develop over the mountains there and then move down into the Colorado Valley where they could actually see a rather strong wind gust or two. I got the scattered thunder showers through the south. They should not be generally severe. And from Grand Rapids off to the south and east, and in fact, throughout most of southern lower Michigan, we should have a dry day today with just a slight chance of a thunder shower overnight. And the outlook for Saturday, we are in the general thunderstorm risk area, so there could be an isolated shower or storm, but nothing organized, and so that's why no severe weather outlook areas are delineated for Saturday. So all in all, not too bad a day. Taking a look at the amount of rain we expect over the next 66 hours, you can see the area that's going to see the heaviest rain is from the Smoky Mountains down through Georgia and into northeast Florida. Also, the west coast of Florida is seeing a little bit of yellow there, indicating about 1.5 inches of rain will fall there. You can kind of see where the cool front is going to be by the time we hit Saturday and Sunday. And there'll be some lake effect rain showers up across the Lake Superior shoreline and perhaps even here in lower Michigan as well as this cool air descends upon the area. We'll zoom into West Michigan here a little bit and show you the Michigan map. And really not much going on where it's white. Measurable rain is not expected. And in all other areas, or most other areas, it's only up to about 1/10 of an inch. So don't expect much rain over the weekend here. Certainly not compared to what we had earlier in the week. Okay, let's take time to thank one of our sponsors. Pay attention to this.
When your home needs help, you might not know where to start. Why not ask Ace? We're always here to help with Ace Handyman Services. Our talented craftsmen handle everything from drywall and carpentry to doors and kitchens. We're the neighbors you trust to get the job done right. Let's get started. Book your handyman appointment today. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Here's a look at high temperatures for Thursday. Once again, it was warmer to the north and cooler to the south. Clouds broke up, and Big Rapids and Fremont topped the list with high temperatures in the low 80s. Made 78 in Grand Rapids. Clouds hung on just a touch longer in Kalamazoo at 77. The Howland Beach making it up to 76. And Battle Creek, again, lower than Grand Rapids, 75 degrees in Battle Creek. The Muskegon Pier topped out at 73. And at the bottom of the list for the second time in this past week, 72 degrees, the high temperature at Coldwater, a full 10 degrees cooler than it was in Big Rapids. Well, here's a look at our sunrise and sunset time. We lose another couple of minutes of daylight. Sunrise just about 7 o'clock, and the sun will set about 8:30, giving us 13 hours and 37 minutes of daylight. Average high and low temperature, 80 and 61. That average high has dipped one more degree here in the last 24 hours. Record high for the day, 98 in 1936. Boy, that was a volatile year. We had a really cold winter and a super hot summer, including the hottest heat wave we've ever had in the country, which occurred way back in 1936. Record low temperature 44, and that was set three times, 1894, 1897, and 1923. Well, let's take a look right now at the lake forecast for Friday. Wind should be southwest to west, and again, fairly light. We've had a lot of days this August with light winds. Waves should only be 6 inches to a foot. We've had some upwelling, and so the lake water temperatures have cooled off some, but that west to southwest wind should start to bring a little bit warmer weather toward the shoreline. But you can see we've got temperatures only in the upper 50s at Muskegon and Holland. Mears also at 59. The South Haven buoy was down in the upper 60s. They fell 4 degrees, and the inland lakes have cooled off a little bit, but really not bad. Reed's Lake there at 78. Okay, on we go to some tropical weather for you. We've been following the path of Hurricane Erin, which is a large hurricane, and tropical storm force winds extend out quite a distance from the center of the storm. It's Category 2. It was Category 5 very briefly. Did provide some wind and rain to the coastline of Carolina, but right now it's racing off toward the northeast, and you can see the path that's going to take it past southeast Canada and all the way up to the area south of Iceland. It may turn out to give a rainy, windy day to Ireland and England here next week. So certainly something we've been paying attention to. On the right side there, we've got two other storm systems that we're watching. The red X indicates what will likely become Tropical Storm Fernand, not Fernando, but Fernand. And that will take a path similar to Erin. As it does, Erin's already churned up the water a little bit, so it's not quite as warm as it was before Erin. And so we're not anticipating Fernand to be a major hurricane or anything like that. Don't worry about the yellow X up there. That's not going to amount to anything. And then the orange X will perhaps become a storm as well. And that may become Gabrielle if that continues to show some development, and we'll keep an eye on that. This is interesting. Another storm is developing now in the eastern Pacific. They haven't had a storm now in almost 2 weeks since Evo came by, and this one will be called Juliet, and it will likely be far enough to the west so that it's really not much of a problem for Mexico on that west coast area. Acapulco's down there, and several other cities that could be impacted by a hurricane that was closer to the coast, but this one should be staying fairly far away. Okay, let's take a look at our headlines. Partly to mostly sunny skies expected here. We'll be seeing an isolated shower this weekend, not an all-day rain, and many areas may not see any rain at all or nothing more than a sprinkle. At least up into the low 80s today, low 80s on Saturday. But look at that, upper 60s to low to mid 70s here next week. So big change coming. Next week, you'll find temperatures about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than what we had here this week. For today, here's the way it looks. I think we'll be seeing our temperatures here up into the low 80s here today. And the temperature here should make it up into the low 80s again here during the day on Saturday. And let's see if we can take a look at that forecast here for the day. 82 the high, 59 the low. We'll find the humidity dipping to a low of 50% in the afternoon, so that's nice. And west to southwest winds at just 5 to 10 miles an hour. I'll look at some of the highs around the area today. We'll start out with readings in the low 80s across most inland areas, probably mid-upper 70s with the wind off the water at South Haven and at Ludington. Traverse City makes 80. You look over on the right side, the UP, and you find temperatures generally in the 70s. Should be a pretty nice day across the lower peninsula. The UP will have that chance for a shower or a thunder shower here this afternoon. The outlook for Saturday looks like this. The Saturday temperatures show readings once again around 80 degrees during the afternoon. Low 80s on the other side of the lake at Milwaukee and Chicago, and also at Detroit. But you can see the cooler air starting to come in up in the UP. There's a cold front that'll be marching east. Readings only stay in the 60s there in the western UP and 70s in the eastern UP. Now watch what happens for Sunday. We go to the Sunday map here, and you can see we're only low 70s in Grand Rapids area. Green Bay at 67. The cooler air is coming. Traverse City 69. And look it up in the UP with temperatures there in the 60s. In fact, even some low 60s showing up there. So indeed, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday look pretty cool here in West Michigan. The 5-day forecast calls for temperatures to be in the low 80s the next couple of days, 73 Sunday, 69 the high temperatures here for Monday and Tuesday. Early morning, you might want a light jacket as temperatures dip down in the 50s. And you can see the percent chance of rain each day, about 50-50 for Saturday. If you get any, it won't be heavy. 40% Monday, just 20% here during the day on Sunday. And the latest 8 to 14-day outlook, we've been looking at cool temperatures here. It's going to start to warm up toward the end of that period from August 29th through the 4th. So I'm expecting the 29th, 30th, and 31st to be relatively cool days. And then as we get into September, temperatures start to moderate just a bit. Cold front never quite makes it down to Miami or South Texas, where temperatures are still well up into the 90s. And the Pacific Northwest stays on the warm side. Cool weather, the rule from the central Rockies across the central U.S. into the mid-Atlantic and up toward New England. And in terms of rainfall, we've been on the below average side here in terms of forecasts for the past week, and that trend continues. Look for above average rainfall again down in parts of eastern New Mexico, Oklahoma, and North Texas. So all in all, not too bad a forecast for everybody. We got low 80s coming up today and Saturday, just about a 50-50 chance of a light shower during the day on Saturday. Oh, Michelle's working at the airport, so I've got some slides from her. First of all, 3 activities going on this weekend. The Polish Festival is taking place at Calder Plaza. It used to be down at Rosa Parks Circle, but they've moved some of these festivals up on the Calder Plaza right now. 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 12 to 5 on Sunday. There'll be food. They'll crown the queen, music, punchki eating contest, food tents, and vendors. I am not Polish myself, but my wife's side, one side of her family comes from Poznan, and so there's a connection there. But I've been down at that festival before and had a great time. So if you are looking for something to do, that would be something to take part in. Good Polish food down there, some kielbasa. Next, take a look at this. This is me from 2015, 10 years ago, holding up a Polish flag. I happened to be down there for the day, so I thought I'd pose for everybody. And just had a great time. So again, if you're looking for something to do, Calder Plaza, the Polish Festival, going on this weekend. Another activity going on this weekend, this is the Metro Cruise. This is a big event in Grand Rapids. I've gone down with my lawn chair to sit and watch all the fancy cars go by. I know Matt Kirkwood has done that too. It's the 20th anniversary of the event, multiple event locations, but the main one is at Rogers Plaza in Wyoming. And Rogers provides a free shuttle to get around. There's activities all up and down 28th Street, all the way out to Cascade and west through Wyoming. It's 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Saturday. And it's more than just cars. There's community events, there's music there, there's live performances and local performances. A lot of kids' activities as well. And of course, check out all the cars. And there's so much down there. A couple of years ago, I was down there and I saw a double-decker London bus from England that had made it here. And I thought that was fun to check out. Okay, let's go on. One more thing to tell you about this weekend, the Grand Rapids Ballet Summer Dance Festival. Now, this is outside, so we're hoping we can keep the rain away here. It's at the Weggy Theater starting at 5 p.m. each day until 8:45-ish. Other groups besides the Grand Rapids Ballet are the Grand Valley Hope College dance groups as well. So I want to check that one out. Again, this is Friday and Saturday. And at the Weggy Theater, you can check out the Ballet Summer Dance Festival. Okay, some interesting stuff that happened on this date in history. August 21, 1911. Oh my goodness, Mona Lisa was stolen from the Louvre in Paris. The perpetrator, Vincenzo Peruggia, briefly worked at the Louvre, so he knew how the painting's protective case worked. He dressed like employees and entered the employee entrance. Pablo Picasso was arrested as a suspect? Really? Wow. Peruggia's thumbprint was left on the painting's glass, and his prints were on file because he had committed prior criminal activities. So, and that's the picture of the Mona Lisa, which was painted by Da Vinci. I believe that was in the early 1500s, something like 1510 or something like that, when he painted that. And it was a real person named Lisa. So that was interesting. But glad we got the painting back. And as far as I remembered, I think it's still at the Louvre in Paris, France. So that was interesting. Up next, what do we have? Let's go on and take a look at this. More on the Mona Lisa. He served 7 months in jail. It doesn't sound like long enough to me. The consensus was that he did it because he thought the painting had been stolen from Italy. Peruggia later became a prisoner of war for Italy in World War I. He died of a heart attack on his 44th birthday. Wow, that's not good. But in any case, glad we have the painting back, and everybody can go and see it if they have the wherewithal to do that in Paris, France. Up next, let's see what we have for you. Mike Vandenbosch sent along a picture of Oval Beach. That's a nice beach. Saugatuck has two great beaches. Oval Beach, which is a little bit more accessible than Saugatuck State Park, which is a much longer beach. You can walk for like 2 miles at Saugatuck State Park. Not quite as accessible. It requires a little bit of a walk to get there, but it's well worth it. It's a great place to spend a summer afternoon. Thanks, Mike, for the picture. Another picture for you from John Kimball. This is sunrise over Mullet Lake. We went right past Mullet Lake on our way up on Interstate 75. A couple of twin lakes up here, Mullet Lake and Burt Lake. And there's a beautiful picture there. You can see sunrise, excuse me. I'm not used to getting up that early, but a beautiful sunrise looking off to the east over the lake. Thank you, John, for that picture. We got another picture to pass along to you. First of all, I'll show you where Mullet Lake is. This is named after John Mullet, who surveyed the area in the 1840s. And that's interesting. Those early surveyors got quite a bit named after them. It's interesting. This is Sheboygan County, which is Sheboygan is just a little bit to the right or east of the Mack Bridge. All right, on we go to our next picture, and that's from Matt Rogers. This is the Little Sable Point Lighthouse at Silver Lake. Sometimes we call it Mears. And you can climb up the lighthouse here during the fall season through October the 19th. So that would be a fun thing to do. I have not done that myself, though I have climbed a few tall things in my day. I don't know. At my age, I have to think about this one a little bit. But beautiful day, and they get some interesting weather out there on the point. That's, again, pronounced Sable, like a short A right there. There's Little Sable Point in Oceana County, and then Big Sable Point up past Ludington there up by Hamlin Lake. Okay, on we go, and I think we have another picture to share with you. Well, there's a map showing where Little Sable Point is by Silver Lake. And now let's go on and we'll take a look at our next slide. Our next picture comes from John Doherty. And this is an interesting picture. That looks like what we call a fog bow, which is sometimes difficult to discern. but you can see in the foreground, especially on the left, a little bit of fog and a little bit of an arc right there of color. So that's very interesting. Fog bow is pretty rare if that's indeed what that is. But that looks like what a fog bow would look like. And you can see it's brighter on the inside than it is on the outside of the bow. So very interesting picture, John. Thanks for sharing that with everybody. And one more picture to show you. This one also from John Scully. And that looks like a pumpkin to me. Pumpkins ought to be growing right about this time. And you can see it's kind of spreading out. John is in the Muskegon area, and I'm going to imagine after the good soaking of rain they got, that pumpkin plant is really going to be growing. But thanks, John, for passing that along. Well, from Mackinac Island, I want to wish all of you a very nice day and a great weekend. Again, we have a nice day coming up for you today, just an outside chance for a shower here without a whole lot of rain during the day on Saturday. And our story calls for some significant cooling taking place with temperatures only in the low 70s and upper 60s early next week. Have a great day today. Thanks for watching.